How do you see transform education coming up? And more importantly, from this youth perspective, how does it shape the youth?
When I came to AICTE, I was really impressed with 2-3 projects which we are doing.
If you were to define a model of innovation today in education, what would it be? Because I know we talk about civilizational wisdom and global competitiveness. Where do you see the two coming, and how do you see our students, our future generations being ready for it?
Education to employability. Initially, our efforts on one side was education to employability.
What are the most powerful levers of change? Is it mindset? Is it policy? Is it technology?
I think all of it. Today, AICTE produces 1.5 million engineers per year, and we have actually delivered engineering education to the world. You tell me where our engineers are not there. They are omnipresent in every country, every company of the world, not only India.
Do you believe that AI is actually a powerful ally in accelerating education reform and awareness? Do you believe that? Or do you believe that we need to have more oversight?
First of all, I don't believe in oversights. They have understood that technology is for the benefit of the mankind. So we have graduated from no placement to fully placement, because now you talk to any colleges, they talk about almost every college is very high percentage of placement.
People say that we have to do a lot more when it comes to R&D, research and development.
So innovation cannot happen without research and development.
Sure.
Innovation grows where curiosity meets opportunity, empowering students, inspiring teachers, and building a stronger nation. That's the AICTE way. You are listening to the Between Us podcast, where stories connect, ideas evolve, and purpose finds a voice.
Look for the silver lining whenever a cloud appears in the blue.
Hello and welcome to Between Us. Make every conversation count. Today is a very special episode, and we have a very special guest, Dr. T.G Sitharam, Chairman, AICTE, and I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Professor Mohan B. Rao. Sir, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Not long ago, I met a student from small town in India who had built a low-cost water filtration system using scrap materials. What began as a simple college project is now turned into a big startup serving hundreds of families. And I think for me, that story captures the true power of innovation in education. How ideas, when nurtured in the right environment, can transform not just minds, but also lives.
Absolutely, Santosh. And what makes the story very inspiring is that vision and structure which supports them allows them to flourish.
Absolutely.
And this vision structure is brought by AICTE.
Yeah.
And in terms of they cater to guide 10,000 colleges across India with 8 million students. And under the able leadership and stellar leadership of Dr. Sitharam, Chairman of AICTE, they are able to look at AICTE beyond being a regulator as the enabler of innovation, entrepreneurship, and more importantly, the future-ready education.
Yeah, exactly. And today, we're so honored to host you, sir. I think it's beyond redefining India's higher education landscape, but it's also about building a bridge between knowledge, innovation, and the overall national growth.
Dr. Sitharam, sir, you have been a teacher, a researcher, an institution builder, and I'm currently AICTE head. So we would like to understand from you this transformation. They have got NEP 2020 policy and ways implementing NEP 2020 policy. How do you see transform education coming up? And more importantly, from this youth perspective, how do they shape the youth?
So thank you very much. See, I began my journey into research and innovation from Indian Institute of Science as a student for 2 years. And then later on, I came back after about 8 years as a faculty at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So throughout my career of 35 years, I was at the Indian Institute of Science focusing on the one simple area in civil engineering. Then I moved on as a director of IIT Guwahati, little bit one institution I saw, how it is shaping up in the terms of innovation. So we had a research park, we had incubation, Okay, we had the entrepreneurship cell at IIT Guwahati. Several innovations used to happen. We used to encourage, but it's still a small scale, small institute. When I came to AICTE, I was really impressed with 2-3 projects which we are doing. And one of them was started with Smart India Hackathon. Smart India Hackathon, which started in 2017-18. And today it is 8th in the series happening in 2025. It has touched about 500,000 students.
Okay.
And large number of problem statements, which are problem statements are given by the ministry. And students solve this both using software as well as hardware edition, wherein they solve a problem with an idea, take it to the product. Okay, that's the kind of an engagement a team of students will do sitting together, coming from a multidisciplinary background.
Okay.
But this is what we saw. Recently, when I joined AICTE in 22, I asked our team of the Ministry of Innovation Council, why don't we get this project in third party audited? How it is functioning. So to tell you, I'm very happy when I hired IIT Delhi Management Department to do a third party audit of this project. So what we learned is exactly what you told about the first student, the water filter project. Similarly, there are thousands and thousands of such projects have emanated from this initiative of Smart India Hackathon at our institutions of higher education. And these ideas had given 2-3 things to the students. One is a collaborative learning, okay, and experiential learning, doing things by hand. And the third one is they also technology assisted learning. Through technology, they built these products. So integration of technology, they learned how to do that. So that was not the one what we were when we were students. Maybe Mohan Rao and myself, maybe not your time. We all learned with the compulsory elective mode. Okay, now today, these guys are learning peer learning, self-learning, collaborative learning. So learning space itself has changed through this Smart India Hackathon. And when I saw that happening, and immediately we said we should scale this up. This year, 500,000 students are participating. Last year, 300,000 students participated. So many large problems, even many industries. This year, we have roped in TCS also. Earlier, it is all done by persistent system. Anand Deshpandeji was helping. It was actually emanated from Pune city. The first, I think Dr. Jere did it in Pune city and then came here to AICTE. And today, we are very proud to say, through Smart India Hackathon, we have learned how the innovation ecosystem can be built. So automatically, we have created what is called as Institute Innovation Councils in every institution.
Okay.
And we have a Yukti platform to capture these ideas. How many ideas? We have lakhs and lakhs of ideas which are already there. And we have even classified based on the technology readiness level. Okay. So this is an amazing database what we have it here, which is not known to others. Okay. Through this, a lot of startups have happened. So we have engaged with the ventures. 100 ventures have made a part of our team. And we are trying to support these students' teams. We also created a very unique project, because what happens in engineering, once the students come and solve this problem through Smart India Hackathon, and they were so excited about, okay, we have built a product. But suddenly a placement will come. Yeah. They get a placement, they run away. Each one will go into different companies. 6-member team. We have made in one 6-member team, one girl has to be there. Girls' teams can exist separately. But in every team, a girl has to be there with an idea that, a woman will bring a multitasking approach to innovation.
Absolutely.
So this is a very unique experience we learned. Today, I'm very proud to tell you, we have gone beyond engineering, beyond AICTE approved colleges.
Okay.
So today, we have close to about 16,000 Institute Innovation Councils established. So the last but not the least, 2 more points I would like to share on the same lines. So when we learned innovation cannot happen without research.
True.
So this year, in the mandatory we have made, mandatory research development cell, along with climate cell, have to be created in every institution of higher learning.
Okay.
I'm very happy to tell you, close to about 6,000 institutions have created an R&D cell in their campuses. which is physical. See, Institute Innovation Council is expertise from industries, head of the institutions join together and give a wings to it. And at AICTE, we give a calendar of activities throughout the year for them to engage. We also do IIC regional meets. We also do IDE boot camps, innovation, design thinking, entrepreneurship boot camps. There are already 3 long series we have done, and many such projects have become now startup companies. If you look at it, even in majority of our IITs, all the research parks, if you ask them, most of the students who do a startup, they are housed in IITs, but they are all from AICTE Engineering College students who one time participated in Smart India Hackathon or many. Hackathon world was not known to people in 2017 and before. Today, it is such a largest open innovation platform AICTE has created. In the world. And this is a very unique platform where ecosystem of innovation, starting from idea to technology transfer to startup, will happen on one single platform. The last point, this we have taken it to school education because we wanted to catch them young. So now Institute Innovation Councils are also started in school innovation councils, thanks to Ministry of Education's Department of School Education and Learning, and they have now supported us, and now we have school innovation councils, along with that school IDE boot camps, starting from class 6 onwards. So, and this, about just 1 month back, Honorable Minister, in presence of me, launched what is called as Buildathon project. Buildathon project 2025 is one of the largest open innovation platform for class 6 to class 12, supported by AICTE. One of the largest means 1.2 crore children will participate in building products. And these are some of the initiatives, mind-boggling what is happening at a regulator. AICTE is sitting here. But today we require all this. And that's why I require, because technology is disrupting so much. Technology, through technology, innovation, through research, we can augment innovation, and these innovation can become products, become a developed nation. Innovation is very critical, and the startups are going to be critical. So we want to take this level that every student who comes out of our education system will be able to critically think, ask right questions, solve problems, and once they solve problems either through use of technology or through physical means, develop their products and then make their own startups. And this is a cycle where they, or engineers or managers or any student for that matter, will become a job giver than job seeker. That means he creates his own company. That is going to turn around. That's according to me. That's what the beauty of this.
Great, so very awesome. I'm very excited. Wish I was young, right? So how does one, this transformation, how does it preserve the human purpose, ethics, and empathy? In terms of you reach out of schools, that's brilliant. How does it?
That's what we see. Human empathy is when you solve a problem of the society, you need to understand the problem first. And you need to be staying at them, looking at them, going there, interacting with people. I think that itself will prepare this younger generation to a new level of this. This is new learning. This is what I say, either peer learning or collaborative learning.
Community project become the...
Community projects will be sought. Even the problem statement, what we get either in Smart India Hackathon or many such hackathons are happening today. See, we are also solving problem for cybersecurity using, for our Ministry of Home Affairs, like I4C and all these. We are doing Pentathon, Kavach, Pentathon 2, where cybersecurity solutions, because today we're all living in a digital world. Safety and security in a digital world is very important. Our young people will come out with the phenomenal ideas. What is called as ethical hacking. I come to your point of ethic. So it's very, very important for them to understand the human values, which are most important. So in AICTE, we also teach another course called Universal Human Values. Where we want to encourage engineers who are going to be innovators, thinkers, startup people, also human beings first. And they should know what really they are.
Could you share a little bit more about the universal human values and how it has been structured?
This is a universal human value is actually several kind of courses we have developed. It's a program. We start with our induction program. When a student comes and joins an engineering and management or any approved ACT, we had give them a direction about 3 weeks. Induction program should happen.
Okay.
Where it is not only about universal human value course, it is also yoga, meditation, early morning, rising. It's all. So some of the majority of the institutions are still following 3 weeks. Some of them have reduced it to a week's program. But all the elements of this are still there. We have trained large number of teachers how to do this induction program. How to do this induction. So UHV is part of the induction program, and it is a mandatory program. When a new student joins in an institution, every engineering college or every university has to do this, who are under AICTE. Okay. This is how we structured it. Okay. Now it has grown into a phase where you can actually obtain a minor degree taking 6 courses. All these courses are also available in Swayam platform. Textbooks have been written. Okay, they are available already.
Right.
Okay, so these courses you can learn it through self-learning, and there are coaching people. We have trained so many teachers. It all happens voluntarily.
Okay.
A network of voluntarism has been created among the faculty. And there are so many faculty who have been trained for the universal human value. It is housed at the AICTE. And we are actually, you can get a minor degree as well, not just take one course on UHV. These are courses that are also available online. You can learn through self-learning, get a credit also for it. So universities can conduct exam and get a minor degree. For example, a BTech civil engineering student can do a UHV, a minor 6 courses, and get a minor degree in universal human value. So that's where it has grown. It has grown beyond our expectations because of interest among all the faculty and even the management, and the most importantly the students. So I think what Professor Mohan Rao highlighted, ethics, human values are part and parcel of the innovation network. Because they need to identify a problem and solve that ethically. It should be accessible to everybody and it should be available. That's where the uniqueness of India's innovation ecosystem is. That's the beauty about India. It is not only solves a jugaad problem and gives you at a low cost, but it also value for human beings.
I think what you just shared right now clearly shows that we are going beyond employability. It's much beyond that. Professor Rao and I have a lot of conversations around AI in education. And I think that is something which, it's something which we talk a lot about. And AI is transforming education in more than ways we can imagine. As a supportive tool, as a foundational shift. If you were to define a model of innovation today in education, what would it be? Because I know we talk about civilizational wisdom and global competitiveness. Where do you see the two coming, and how do you see our students, our future generations being ready for it?
So we actually started with innovation and then went to universal human values. But see, as a nation, as a regulator, we actually thought that education to employability. Initially, our efforts on one side was education to employability.
Sure.
So a lot of work actually has happened. Even education to employability. Like for example, we made mandatory internships connected with industries coming and interacting with our institutions, getting jobs. That's a focus. That is one part of the story. One part of the story is, okay, all my students should be employed. If not employed, you close the colleges. That was the one idea of education. But I feel there we have done exceedingly well as well. Because today, AICTE produces 1.5 million engineers per year. And we have actually delivered engineering education to the world. You tell me where our engineers are not there. They are omnipresent in every country, every company of the world, not only India. Okay, so we have engineering colleges in Andaman and Nicobar. We have a polytechnic in Lakshadweep Island. That means we have created an ecosystem of education. to person who dream of doing something, we have given that dream to be fulfilled. That means we have given, that is one of the beauty about the NEP. We need to provide accessibility for education.
Right.
We have given that. Now coming to the employability, when a large number are coming out, so internship was made mandatory so that they are ready for the industry skills so that they can employable. So industry internship was made to come. AICTE internship portal, if you see, it is not restricted to only engineering. 75,000 companies are there. We have offered 75 lakhs internships already. AICTE internship portal has more than 2 crore students registered on that. Okay. And looking at the success, when I joined, I also brought, addition to adding some more companies to this every year process. And every internship also is a process. I mean, searching, paid internship, unpaid internship, short-term internship, long-term internship. We have also joined hands with one of the largest employability platform, upload.co. And created AICTE career portal. It is called AICTE career portal. It has nothing to do with Upload, only runs in the back. AICTE career portal has a 7 lakh employers today. Okay. And 6,000 plus institutions have joined them, or AICTE institutions. So that means we are allowing students to, this platform, AICTE career portal, provides an opportunity to write a resume. AI will improve that resume builder, interview preparation. They can even talk to a AI chatbot and interview, real interview or mock interview. Okay, and ask questions, mundane questions to the platform. They have created communities there where each one of the one person who has already gone through the alumni can help the other student the next time to get a job. This is an amazing platform. Large number of employments are happening through this. That is one part of the story. Second part of the story, you already heard about innovation and ethics and UHV. Okay, but end of the day, education is not just about employability. Education is about build a generation which is going to take care of the nation. For a developed India, there should be thinkers, critical thinkers. There should be philosophers. There should be human figures, human capital. Not just for India, because we are the youngest nation in the world, friends. So we have large number of young people. Okay, so this is actually the human capital is our strength. And AI there plays a major role. AI makes our young people not just an ordinary intelligent. There will be augmented intelligence to them. Using these tools, technology, an ordinary student also can become a very intelligent student. And you can actually create a newer ideas with an augmented intelligence through the crowdsourcing. Crowd intelligence, I can call it. So every person can dream of things, solving problem. He is able to solve today with the artificial intelligence. So we have brought AI across the curricula of civil, mechanical, electrical, BBA, PCA, okay, textile engineering. We brought artificial intelligence, data science across these platforms so that problems can be solved using these skills, tools.
This is a foundational.
These are the tools.
As a foundation for our culture.
Not only foundation, we have even introducing them in the year 1 and year 2, year 3. So we are also thinking of this year bringing out design your degree.
Okay.
An opportunity.
Okay.
Design your engineering degree. We are bringing out soon. That means a student can join without any stream, an engineering stream, and he can design his own program. So what I'm trying to say is our engineering education is not, initially we thought that is employability, then go into universal human values and entrepreneurship, startup, innovation, okay, so that they are the job givers and not job seekers. Now we are going beyond that. That is why I am seeing with large number of engineering graduates coming out of that, we are going to be the suppliers of engineers, managers to the whole world. And we are the youngest nation. Our engineers will be omnipresent. If you imagine our GER grows to 50%. With 29% already our engineers and managers are omnipresent in every company of the world. And more than 4,000 global capability centers have established their operation here, hiring our talent. Okay. Think about it now. When we reach 50% GER by 2035, that's our goal as per the National Education Policy. Imagine now all of them. Everywhere, wherever you go, Indian engineers and managers will be there. That's the dream for the nation. And that happens. There is no doubt about India becoming a developed nation by 2047. Because education is closely linked to GDP, higher education particularly. So I see a very good positive vibrations in my mind it comes to.
So for this most powerful, what are the most powerful levers of change? Is it mindset? Is it policy? Is it technology?
I think all of it.
All of it.
Technology, particularly in, the right type policy, for example, National Education Policy 2019, we launched, right? July. Okay. Soon after that, COVID pushed all of us to leapfrog the technologies.
Right.
It's a fortunate, actually. It came like a, otherwise many of you and me would not have graduated to technology usage. Okay. Younger generation, definitely they are good at it. Okay. But the older generation would not have. But COVID forced all of us. It was 2 years. There was no chance for us to leave behind. So we all graduated.
Correct.
And third, the governmental policies are phenomenal in the digital India, Swachh Bharat, Stand Up India, Startup India. Okay, all these are mind-boggling. India's digitization plan has completely changed the way we do business today. Okay, thanks to 2017, 16, 17, what demonetization happened.
Yes.
Immediately, our all UPIs have come in. Today, we are the largest UPI transaction country in the world. So, through this, so many advantages will come in. Okay, all these Ola, Uber, payment systems, so toll gates, everything digitized today. So, imagine that's the kind of a thing which has happened. So, to answer your question, all three. Policy, very important. At the right time, it happened. And then mindset change due to COVID.
Yeah.
Adoption of technology, and definitely technology has the superior authority, and particularly AI is not an ordinary technology.
Absolutely.
Humankind has never seen like a technology like artificial intelligence. This is I feel the new electricity. When electricity came in, what happened? This is like that. Okay, the disruptions is going to bound to happen. We are in the very beginning stage of this. But several of the countries very advanced in the technology, but many of us are not aware of this. But we are going to see changes the way we work, we live, and even we think.
So, as a storytelling platform between us, we speak about stories. We feel that everything is a story. And what you just shared with us is also the most powerful story which is coming out of our education system. Do you believe that AI is actually a powerful ally in accelerating education reform and awareness? Do you believe that? Or do you believe that we need to have more oversight?
First of all, I don't believe in oversights because this AI is a technology. You see, if you remember, 80s, 70s and 80s, Monroe and myself will definitely remember. A lot of the bank employees, when computer came to India, bank employees went on strike on the street.
Okay.
You are not seeing that now. AI is much more disrupted than computers.
Yes.
We are not seeing that. That means people have a little bit adopted thanks to COVID again. Okay, adopted to technology. They are not scared of technology today. They have understood that technology is for the benefit of the mankind. Technology is developed by the people for the benefit of the people, solving their problem and making it much easier than what they can do it easier. That's the first part of it. So if you put guardrails, then innovation cannot happen.
Correct.
Oversights is not very, very good thing. So coming back to the AI, how it's going to disrupt, it's not just the education. See, we have written a book. Okay, myself and one of my co-author has written a book called Road Ahead 2.0. The name itself will tell you, because Road Ahead, first book was written by Bill Gates in 1995.
Correct.
After the disruption of World Wide Web and emails.
Correct.
That time it is Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, and Reddit Mail. If you remember, no Gmail. So after that, World Wide Web, WWW, he wrote a book highlighting about what's going to be the future of the work. So whatever, that is a road ahead he had planned. But in our book, Road Ahead 2.0, how AI is going to disrupt every area, not just education. We have a 2-part volume. Okay. Education World has brought out this book. Okay, Road Ahead 2.0. Education World is the publisher. And first volume talks about how education itself will change. How this is going to disrupt the way of learning, the way assessment happens, and how skills are going to be vanishing, some skills, and some skills will be taken over by the AI agent. This agentic AI, generative AI is going to disrupt the entire skilling ecosystem of the world, not just the nation. And the second book talks about how every sector, okay, including consciousness, beauty, can be using AI as a tool to augment the intelligence. So AI, according to me, is not just an artificial intelligence. See, I started my research as a professor in University of Science.
Okay.
At that time, we are using AI as artificial neural networks, and then support vector machines, backpropagation, as intelligent models to predict. But today, after the large language models have come out, LLMs, this is a disruption in the world. The way AI is going to make some of the skill sets vanish. Simple example I'll tell you. When I joined AICTE, I asked ChatGPT, what does AICTE does? Ask it to write it in a poem form. In 20 seconds, a beautiful poem highlighting entire activities of AICTE in a 4-line, 4-stanza poem was there in front of me. Why I am telling you this story? Because you are a storyteller. Okay, I am telling you the story because this story, when I asked the ChatGPT to write this poem, has understood better than what I understood that time about AICTE.
Correct.
First thing is that. Second, even if I have hired as a chairman AICTE, hired a poet to write a poem about AICTE, it would have taken 6 months to research about it. Because you said you are a researcher, to build the story to research. So, but this machine is doing it in 20 seconds. That too, this machine is not developed by India. It is developed by somebody else. That means it is able to capture what is there in the Internet of Webs and bring it out to me at that speed and that accuracy. That's the power of AI. Similarly, we can go on explaining so many cases, whether it can take up a job of a composition, music composition. These are the skills we thought that we can never be acquired by human beings so easily. It has to come through your genes. Or you have to slog with a guru for 15, 20 years, because these are the skills, musician skills, artistic skills, and draftsman skills. They are not like ordinary other skills. Okay, they are the unique skills will come through only your genes. Your father has to be there, and forefather has to be one of them, or the poem, or a poet, or a musician, or an artist. Okay, but this machine is doing it. That's a mind-boggling thing. So, it's going to disrupt the way we work, we think, we live. So, we have to be ready. And I think that's the beauty of this technology. This is going to be a total disruptor. We are already seeing that it is already with us, but many of us have not understood. But we are not, at least this generation is not scared.
So how help us to preserve our cultural strength? Because we are known for, India is known for long culture, learning from each generation over the years. So how will that? How will we advantage?
See, artificial intelligence in that way also brings that culture. Okay. See, the information, the knowledge is not the one's property. Okay. Now you're taking crowd intelligence about the knowledge. Okay, and you're able to put it across by one. So facilitator type of a job will happen through a teacher. Okay. That means AI is going to act like a facilitator. We need to appropriately utilize this technology appropriately, because ethical usage is important, because any technology for that matter can be used for bad things or good things. So if you are only you are going to make the technology bad or good. It is not the technology itself. That's the big feeling I have. So in that context, I think we need to make our young people ethically correct usage and right appropriate usage to solve a problem which benefits the mankind has to be done.
So will there be disruption in culture? No. Will there be disruption?
Culture of learning will change. It's already changed. See, now you and me learned through teacher-assisted learning.
Yes.
Today, because of technology and AI, you will be learning self-learning, and technology-assisted learning using AI tools itself,
Hmm.
and then collaborative learning, peer learning because of the innovation network and the entrepreneurial culture. Okay, so learning itself has changed now. Self-learning is emphasis is there, collaborative learning, peer learning, technology-assisted learning. So more dimensions and more opportunities for a new learner. But what is important to understand is because the technology is changing so fast, you need to upskill, reskill yourself continuously as well. So continuous learning is order of the day. So think about, this is where I really appreciate India's vision. Our 2019's National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes on continuous learning, emphasizes on technology-assisted learning. These are all happened before even COVID. See, we didn't know what COVID is going to come. We didn't know anything. So that's why it's both अच्छा समय. It's a good timing. They all have fallen in place where AI is going to lead us to the next level of learning.
In fact, I was having this conversation yesterday, sir, and we were having this discussion about skills and jobs, and a very interesting point came out which says that skills may vanish, but jobs won't. So you keep building, rebuilding. You spoke a lot about entrepreneurship and how entrepreneurship is leading the way. At least when I started off my career and growing up, entrepreneurship was not seen in that perspective. It's still seen, people still prefer having a job, a secure job. That perspective, I believe, is changing. And I think AICT is definitely playing an interesting, important role in that.
No, AICT has played a phenomenal role in this. See, in my time, I never heard a term called startup. I joined civil engineering. Mohan Rao will also tell you why he joined whatever he has done. I joined civil engineering because only PWD and electricity board were their employers that time. Okay, my father said, if you take civil engineering, you will be with me and next to my way in a PWD. That's what he told me very clearly. So I joined civil engineering. This is in 80s. Computers are still yet to come. Slowly it was coming. But today, we have gone beyond placement. The placement has become, TPOs are becoming training and placement officer in every college is mandatory today. So we have graduated from no placement to fully placement, because now you talk to any colleges, they talk about almost every college has very high percentage of placement. And now the new generation has come in. We talked about only entrepreneurs, startups. How many startups have we created? So this is going to be, so that's how we are the third largest startup capital of the world. 175,000 startups are there. But every startup, we need to teach our students is, every startup will not be a successful venture.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, it is not just us. Even the topmost successful people also have failed many times. So we need to create a culture of saying that fear of failure should be removed from the minds of the students.
True.
That's what we need to teach our students. That you make an attempt to do a creator. But today I think it's very good, because parents are also quite, majority of the middle class and above middle class parents are able to support a new culture of startups where many of them become unicorns. And today I was able to meet 3 very young, all of them 30 years less, running $1 billion company. That's the kind of India it is today. India has changed, friends. India has changed, and it is an entrepreneurial India. And Honorable Prime Minister is talking about Swadeshi, Atmanirbharata, and productization. When he drives from the top, I think every one of us are following, and AICT is the first friend. I told you about Buildathon, about IICs, Institute Innovation Council, and connecting that with the research and development cells, along with sustainability for that climate cell. When we bring in all together, our companies, new generation companies, or which we are going to create startups, is going to serve the whole world, not just India.
Correct.
And we are solving problems which people never thought that this is a problem. So you come to Bangalore, I'll tell you, I lived in Bangalore city. Every day there is a new innovation happening. And it is such a very innovating city, and every space, the way the food is delivered, the way, maybe you might say these are all service sectors. I agree, they started there, but today a lot of deep tech startups are also coming in.
Sure.
Healthcare startups are coming in. Agri-tech startups are coming in. I mean, you name it, in many areas, our young people are working. And that's the hope for us.
I just want to, you mentioned research, because I think one of the things which is being spoken a lot, and people say that we have to do a lot more when it comes to R&D, research and development. Can you share some thoughts around it, like what more is being done to push? Because that's one area where I think there are a lot of debates and discussions happening on various platforms.
So innovation cannot happen without research and development.
Sure.
It's an integral part of it.
Absolutely.
First of all, you need to inculcate a culture of asking questions,
Hmm.
inquiry.
Hmm.
Inquiry leads to innovation.
Hmm.
So this is what we need to do so that's why our curriculums have to change.
Hmm.
We need to research focused.
Hmm.
That means a good researcher, we can bring in his ideas into the classroom, throw it out. Conventional teaching has vanished.
True.
So this is where our higher education institutions are playing a major role, whether it is IITs. So today our IITs have become not just a brand for undergraduate education. They are the brand for institutes of Indian technologies.
Hmm.
Okay, a lot of new technologies during COVID and prior to COVID are coming out in healthcare, agri-tech, communication. Okay, you name it, mobility, water sustainability. Okay, in every area of energy, every area we are doing exceedingly well, but we need to scale it up. Scaling is one of the big, because we are a very big country.
True.
Of 140 crore population. We need to scale it up. And this is where I think, research has a major role to play. So newer areas of research, quantum, okay, and semiconductors, renewable energy. These are the areas again, because energy and semiconductors, chips are very important today in every project.
Absolutely.
So that's where India is also putting in a greater emphasis. So AICTE has actually not only just doing these things, has developed specialized courses. My BTech student can now do a minor degree in semiconductor, quantum technologies, and they can do a minor degree in space technology. They can do a minor degree in defense technologies. Okay, there is a BTech in mechanical now can do 6 courses and get a minor degree in these specialized areas. Then he can get into those industries or public sector organization, because India is today in space, defense, atomic energy, is in the top 5 in the world. So we have built silently this ecosystem of space technologies, defense technologies, and we don't need to say much about digital public infrastructure technologies.
True.
What we have created is mesmerizing to the whole world. So that is where I think we need to do a lot of research, and new materials have to come in, new critical technologies have to come in, and we need to do a lot of deep technologies which can be the job creators and create companies and develop newer products for the benefit of mankind.
In fact, going back to when we started off the conversation, you mentioned about the building of entrepreneurship early stage from grade 6 and beyond. I think that's where the push for research and development should ideally begin, because the idea of getting, and I feel that when we talk about AI, as you rightly said, it can be used and it can be a powerful tool or an ally for research, instead of seeing it as something which, it can disrupt the way research and development is done. Do you agree with it?
No, I agree completely, because research and development and innovation are a sort of a closed loop. So they are interlinked also.
Correct.
Okay. So we need to just asking a question. Okay. But the very thin line difference between the pure science research to engineering difference. Engineering is also vanishing, because engineers were the sort of a developer of the products. Okay. But scientist people is to solve a problem which may not be really lead to a product. But today it is not that way. Even our scientists are now almost, I say, the difference between engineering fraternity and science fraternity is diminishing. And they're all solving a real problem which can lead to an entrepreneurial or a product development cycle wherein innovation can lead to technologies to a product. So as a nation, we need to become a product development nation. That's where I think we are going when we combine the strength of research and development and innovation.
Professor Rao, I think we've now come to the most important part, which is the knowledge economy.
Yeah. So this thing, I'm coming to that one.
Yes.
So all that you were saying is that we are now emerging into global education economy, knowledge economy. And India is a leader in that. But don't we need to balance it against our tradition and our way of emotional intelligence? And way of learning, how do we balance that?
Tradition, actually our older generation knew more about education better than what we did in the last 75 years. Because you see the Gurukula systems are phenomenal. We had universities like Nalanda, Takshashila, 10,000 scholars from different areas, from mathematics to languages to bhasha to, everybody was there, sitting together, solving problems. And even the international visitors used to come. A lot of material, textbooks were there, all that we lost it. But time again has come out of the rote learning. And where we can make our learning, I think this is the golden time, sir. This is the golden time. This is Amrut Kal. And we have done phenomenally, and thanks to National Education Policy, I will repeat that again. NEP is an excellent document which gives you an umpteen number of opportunities for the students, and this is a student-centric. A learner can learn from many ways, and that flexibility has been brought into the system. And I think there is no stop for this. And human capital-wise, we are the largest young population. We need to put them in the right direction. We need to train them, give an opportunity for the jobs. And then in addition to that, we need to create a culture of innovation, research, adding to it. And their ideas can be translated into products, then product to startups. And then they give a job seeker. It's a cycle. This is a cycle. So this cycle, I think we are in the right time, created a very nice ecosystem, and AICTE is driving it from the front. AICTE, if you look at their programs and they look at the scholarships what we have created, productization fellowship, first time in the world we have created, to engage the students who solved their problems, to continue to solve the problem for another year, till it matures into a product. We give a scholarship. For every month salary, we give it for 4-member team to continue the product in their ideas. Similarly, we have brought industry fellowship for teachers so that teachers can go to industry, learn what industry wants for one full year and come back and start doing. This is an industry fellowship program. So very new initiatives we have created to inculcate culture of innovation into our institution. I don't see any go back of the culture. I think we are going much forward, but maybe 5,000 years back when Nalanda, Takshashila time, what was there? Such great institutions of learning. When Aryabhatta invented zero, all that is a time has come back there, or our kids can also innovate to that scale.
During this entire journey, since the time I started the Between Us platform, I have also had the opportunity to interact with a lot of Gurukul style or Gurukul driven institutions. AICTE, are AICTE in touch with them, or are they supporting them or working with them? There are a few such which are following the Gurukula.
See, we don't directly work with them, but indirectly, yes. Why? Because we had Indian Knowledge System Center at AICTE. IKS centers used to support many of these activities, whether it is in Sanskrit learning or books, deciphering what our ancient knowledge had with us, how strong Indian knowledge system was in that time, and how we can translate that knowledge today in this current context of new India. All that was done by IKS. And there's a big activity. Now it has grown very big, and it has become a big organization of Indian knowledge system. So similarly, as I told you, Ministry's Innovation Council we started, IICs were created, and that has now matured into a big cycle. Now our R&D cells will add into it, And in all our institutions, we scale that up. See what happened in higher education. Whatever 180 plus centrally funded technical institutions are there by the government of India, they were very small for a nation of ours. So we need like thousands and thousands of institutions under AICTE to do research, innovation, and entrepreneurial culture. Then only we can scale it up to that level where we can become Vikasit Bharat by 2047. I think this is a dream of our Honorable Prime Minister and all of us. I think we are working under his direction to take this dream of making Vikasit Bharat through research, innovation, and startups.
And I think mentoring is going to play a very important role, because you said that when you're talking about volunteering, when you're talking about really scaling this up, we would need, and Professor Rao is a mentor to us, and he has been a mentor to many such institutions. I think mentoring is going to play a very important
Very, very important role.
Yeah.
That's why AICTE also did not talk about this. You have given me an excellent chance to answer that question. So we have 3 new programs actually created for creating a new mentors
Okay.
among the teachers. Okay, this is called CEEE, Center for Excellence in Engineering Education,
Okay.
jointly with Indian National Academy of Engineering, 5 older IITs.
Mm-hmm.
We have created this new concept with funding from Infosys to how to teach new engineering to the students now. The new way of teaching in the era of AI, artificial intelligence, and data science, and even conventional courses, how the pedagogy has to be done. Because information is at their fingertips, students. They don't look at, if your teacher comes and writes on the board equations, they don't want, everything is there. They want a research-based analysis. That's what we are going to teach in this CEEE program. Already program has started, and one batch of students have graduated, teachers have graduated. This is teacher upskilling.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is a practice project jointly with Makers Bhavan of USA,
Yeah.
and company in Hyderabad, and our IITs jointly with the AICTE going to train 1,000 underserved rural engineering colleges to upskill the teacher capability.
That is so
This is a beautiful program. Another one is which I started about a year and a half back, which is a very successful program called Postgraduate Certification Program for our teachers. This is for example, a core engineering teachers will learn about emerging technologies like data science, artificial intelligence, or cyber security, or augmented reality, virtual reality. And now he will be able to teach that to cross-disciplinary where teachers are not available. So these 3 programs are very unique faculty development programs AICTE has done in last 1.5 years. So that means a mentorship. And also we have in IICs ambassador program,
Okay.
innovation ambassador program. Every institution in our school innovation, we have school innovation ambassadors. Recently our Buildathon training was done to all the district education officers about what is the importance of building products, what is the importance of innovation, what is the importance of entrepreneurship. So very, very interesting time wherein we are bringing a new culture through fantastic mentorship at different levels. In addition to that, we also create venture funders. At the AICTE, we have AICTE venture group of 100 ventures. So we also can support financially. And some of our IIC projects are also supported financially. So it is not just the technical mentorship. Okay. Even in Smart India Hackathon, we have actually this year TCS 500 mentors, 500 plus mentors have joined. Earlier, persistent system used to give about 300 mentors. So, a large number of industry mentors come in, work with our student teams, and these products are not done individually, not just by sitting problem solving. Problems are given by the government, and all these mentors will help them, give them thought-provoking questions, standing there, talking to them, and these students collectively work together, collaboratively, and present the solutions to them.
So I think what's really heartening for me is the fact that nobody's working now in silos, whether it's policymakers, the industry experts, the students. And I think involving teachers and even parents for that matter, because I was having a similar conversation about education system, and what I realized is, and this was with Professor Bhushan Patwardhan, who works in the IKS space, and generally during the course of the conversation, he said, Santosh, one thing which really stands out is there's a lot of involvement now of teachers and parents and students, because that is the only way the ecosystem can grow. Right?
Exactly. I completely agree with him, because today parents are better accreditors of an institution.
True.
Because they do such a great, fantastic homework.
Hmm.
Again, thanks to technology. Social media is there, websites are there, and alumni are accessible today through an email or a phone call or a WhatsApp chat, or now Aratta has come, our own chatbot. So technology has made us very connected. This is a connected world. Okay. We can also talk about the bad things about technology, but I'm talking only about good things of technology. The good things, the beauty of the good things of technology is today all these technologies have made us to work collaboratively.
Great.
And I had some of the coders, who were sitting in Kerala solving the problems of US has happened. Okay, so this kind of a things was never imaginable in the early days, in our time at least. We never heard about. We only used to go to college and come back. That's all. Today, our students are doing internship simultaneously. They can get a double degree today, do a course in humanities and course in engineering simultaneously. All this is possible because policies have also changed.
True.
UGC has changed. AICTE has changed. But I hope that these will be much more liberal, and we should remove the barriers for the learner. Learner should be able to learn anything he wants.
And if they want to take that break, get to work and come back to study again, there should be a way by which they can do that.
That's already been provided. If you see, our AICT's Working Professionals program is a very unique program. Okay, 300 plus institutions offer the Working Professionals program for a person who is working who can come back. And I don't need to tell you, 40 million students are working, studying in our distance learning. Online digital space, so many edutech platforms. Our own NEET, National Education Alliance for Technology, have 160 edutech companies offering programs with products, more than 600 at AICTE NEET portal, NEAT, National Education Alliance for Technology portal. It's a phenomenal changes what AICTE we have done that. Okay, this is another area which you give me an opportunity to explain. This NEET portal is amazing that any learner can pick up any skill, and these are all short courses, macro credits we can say, and take that course, job-oriented courses, and these are all very good today to learn. So collaboratively they can learn on different platforms, different ways of learning, and with different people they can connect. So I think it's a good time.
I just add just one point to this. You mentioned about different portals which are there and the way they are functioning. Do you feel that maybe a more unified communication strategy, talking that these portals exist, I mean, they are doing these work? Because I think some of the things which I just heard from you, especially the working professions, I mean, they're amazing things. And is there any way where you feel that probably we need to talk about them a lot more, maybe through colleges?
Definitely, yes. But we have done through colleges only. Please understand, when IICT has done this working professional, I am not running the program. My colleges are running. I only give as a regulator an approval for them. And we do conduct workshops throughout the year. And in our website, it is there. And we go to colleges. Colleges also do the similar thing because they have to admit students. And in industry, we write to industries. Industries could be, but still our system is very big. Every effort has to be there to talk more, what you are saying. And more popularization will bring in more learners into our platforms. Okay. But our scales are already very large, as I told you. We have placed our engineering graduates across the world, every company of the world. So that means we have delivered engineering education. We have democratized the engineering education in the nation. Okay. That has to be done in other fields as well.
True.
Thank you.
Now just thinking back a little before we get into the last round of rapid fire. When you spoke about the outcome-based, like prioritization and all, think that's more like a globalization policy. So is AICT looking at a globalization policy? Because they look at other regulators.
Outcome-based education, AICT only started.
Yeah.
As you already, if you know, Washington Accord talks about outcome-based education. Okay,
But look at all process. The more
all institutions today, we only were doing it accreditation for outcome-based education through an outcome-based. Only when National Board of Accreditation started, just to having a difference of a regulator and a accreditor as a separate entity, NBA is formed in 2014 because we are part of the signatory to the Washington Accord. So today, most of our colleges program accreditation happens. Our NAC does the institute accreditation. Accreditation are parts and parcel of the scheme. National Board of Accreditation emphasizes on outcome-based learning. That means even our textbook writing, I didn't mention to you, we also write textbooks and popularize our mother tongues. So we have developed courses, engineering courses. Hitherto was not possible to learn other than English. But today, more than 55, 56 colleges are offering programs in Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, Marathi, Malayalam, courses in this. Engineering courses, polytechnic courses. We have also developed textbooks for this. Our e-cum portal, electronic cum portal, houses today large number of textbooks which are converted to 12 different languages. They are not run-of-the-mill textbooks because it is linked to outcome-based. My textbooks which are written by the experts, every unit has a unit objective and a unit outcome. Okay, these books are not run-of-the-mill textbooks, just taken somebody and translated to other languages. No, they are actually developed as per the model curriculum of AICTE by experts from our premier institutions in the country, and they are all outcome-based textbooks. And today I'm very happy to tell you more than 600 books are already available. First year, second year diploma in civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics or computer science. Similarly, first year and second year BTech degree, civil, mechanical, electrical, all textbooks will be written in the outcome-based model and will be made available to every student who want to learn in their mother tongue. Why? Because, see, language is very important.
True.
Not to just to culture or curate our languages, it is also to protect our security, safety. Okay, and bhasha is a bandhan.
Yes.
Okay, a bhasha bandhan bhi ho jata hai iske साथ. So uske liye AICT has done a phenomenal job and not running the programs in engineering, polytechnic, in different languages. We have also created a large number of textbooks. Hitherto was not available in our mother tongues, and student can think about. So through this, what happens? Your innovation capability improves because you are still thinking in your mother tongue, asking questions in your mother tongue, answering in your mother tongue. It very becomes unknown strength for you to solve a problem. So this is what we are also inculcating in our institutions, and a lot of positive outcome has come. But we need to do more, definitely, because our nation is very big. As you rightly said, we need to also popularize these programs among everybody. And I think through your between us story also can go to large number of audience.
Thank you, sir. And I think one of the things which technology really has done is, apart from reach, it has built empowerment, it has built inclusivity. So I think I from my end, I just wanted to, if I were to ask you, what would be the three things you want to focus on as the leader here for the next 25 years? We are talking about as the Viksit Bharat, we're looking at.
I will not be there for 25 years here. But let me tell you what is our vision for education, particularly engineering education in the technical. We need to, first of all, provide everyone an access to that. That's what our NEP talks about.
Correct.
And we need to deliver quality education to the masses. So that's where AICT is bringing quality initiative in every field. And we also give a lot of scholarship, which I did not talk about, for the person who cannot afford to this kind of a education. We have scholarship for girls, scholarship for destitute children, scholarship for people who have lost parents during the COVID. A lot of such scholarships are given. We have also scholarship for Jammu and Kashmir students, Prime Minister Special Scholarship Scheme. All that is done and distributed by AICT to all our students directly through a direct benefit transfer.
Right.
And thanks to Ministry of Education and AICTE in that context as well, that creating an opportunity to every learner, okay, in professional courses. Today we also taken BBA, BCA under our fold. So this culture of innovation, research, startup, and learning has spread to across our institutions.
I think beyond teaching, it's building a culture of learning, and that's what helps us embrace, right?
So it's got time, so let's go rapid fire.
Yes. So thank you so much for your time, sir. We just will wrap this conversation up with a set of rapid fire questions. Each one of us have one question for you. So let's start off. Quick answers. One book or thinker who has influenced your vision of education the most.
Road Ahead by Bill Gates,
Okay.
and how the technology can change the education.
All right.
And maybe the next one is mine.
Let's
Road Ahead to Pak.
Professor Rao.
Good, sir. So if you could change one thing about India's education system overnight, what would it be?
Overnight, there is no fix. I think we are doing very methodically for the last 12 years under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, okay, to reach out. And I think we have a large job cut out. As I told you, we have a large number of learners, young learners are coming into the field of education. I think we have to cautiously move into distance, ODL, and digital universities. There is no way without that we can reach the nook and corner of the country, right? Because our country is very large. So we need to do a lot of online, digital, and distance learning programs, very innovative, using technology like artificial intelligence.
The next question is also not a this or that, but still, innovation or entrepreneurship, which will define India's future more strongly?
Definitely innovation defines the future because that will lead to entrepreneurship.
Wait, sir. One quality every student of the future must cultivate.
Asking questions, solving problems.
Right.
Sawal is sawal ka.
One student innovation that truly surprised or inspired you.
Actually, today I met a bunch of 3 students who brought in the online learning focused to industry skills right into their domain of knowledge, specifically for architecture and civil engineering. It's mind-boggling to me. You know, what happened is, see, the scale at which they're thinking and they're doing it is mind-boggling.
Now, it's a little personal. If not engineering and education, what other career might you have chosen?
I already told you I did not choose particularly civil engineering myself, and I would have been an agricultural scientist because I had got an admission in BSc Agri and then I also got an engineering admission, so I joined civil engineering. As I told you, my father asked me to join civil engineering.
Agri-science was your choice.
Other choice, yes.
One dream project you would love to launch for India's education ecosystem.
I would build the digital university.
Could you share a little bit more about it? What do you?
I want problem solving, no examination. Okay, no examination. Problem solving, evaluation of problems, which can lead to a product, and at the same time, they will also get assessed and get a credits and get a degree. So, degree embedded entrepreneurial program.
Degree embedded entrepreneurial program. I'll keep that in mind.
Not just through in the colleges alone. You can do that even online.
Yeah,
That's the trick.
I think that's
To scale it up.
right. I think that's. I like this focus more towards not just getting a degree, building yourself, and I particularly loved what you talked about the human values piece. I think that's something which is not being done outside of our country, and I think that's what will differentiate us as we move forward in this global competitive world.
Exactly. So yoga and meditation is a solution for many of our problems. Okay. And we need to also focus on, another one is the very humane. It is the Nasha Mukta Bharat. Our Honorable Prime Minister keeps talking about our campuses should be away from every drug because we can people make very, very energetic and active and think about solving problems rather than getting addicted to these drugs. So that is another issue where it really impacts me much. This is the Nasha Mukt Bharat.
So, one line message to the millions of students watching today.
Innovate, innovate, innovate.
Thank you. Remember,
And in one line, your message to thousands of faculty and teachers who are watching this.
Skill, upskill, reskill yourself.
Wonderful.
And I say learn, unlearn, relearn.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
so we really have great gratitude to know how to express it. I think you have thrown up a lot of directions, not only for the institutions who are watching it, but also for us. We facilitator to this platform. We want to see that all that you said can be brought into action, and it's a very thought-provoking discussion, sir. Wonderful.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
So, sir, I thought this was a very, very interesting conversation, full of learning. But before anything, I really want to thank you as a mentor to between us, and the fact that you agreed to be a co-host is just the beginning of a very long and super successful journey full of stories which is coming. So thank you for being this, for stepping into the shoes of the host for Between Us. But what are your personal takeaways from this conversation?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. I feel humbled, right? They have commented. I think we got a lot of thoughts on the fact of leadership, right? AICTE is no longer a process-based organization,
Absolutely.
right? It is having several outcomes in terms of products for the market. Not only ensuring students look at in terms of the benefit they get in programs. Another was very, very important was that his deep commitment, right, to creating a learning ecosystem. The several portals that he talked about, the fact that they're all moving towards the setting up a very wide, and we are a huge population. It's how to reach out to everybody. There's a commitment not only from the Prime Minister but also from the way Dr. Sitharam mentioned. The organization has a huge commitment.
Right.
And third was they're very forward-looking. Right. In terms of all the thought processes, I'm sure there are many, many other countries we can learn from us.
Correct.
It's not just for India and states. There are countries who are learning from us. And they're already implementing the Washington Accord in its true spirit. And so that we saw a lot of things. And finally, I think between us and conversation all about humans.
Yeah.
So they're deeply human.
Absolutely.
Right. Not only universal values, but every course, every program of theirs, they ensure that the empathy part, the fact the emotional intelligence has to be looked after, they're very caring on their side. So I think you've got a multifaceted conversation, right? And they are finding AI as not a inhibitor, but a enabler.
Absolutely. That is the part which I want to bring up. That for the first time, I've heard someone actually not talk about, he did acknowledge that there are challenges, but rather than focusing on the challenges, how is it that AI can improve? A true ally in the group. The other thing would really, of all the conversation I had was, he's so much invested into this, not just in that position of a chairman, but passionate about education, passionate about changing people's lives. The fact that when I asked him the question about, communication being more effective about the different portals, hindsight, I look back and I say, it is, I think, each and every one of our responsibility, whether we are a part of AICTE or a school or a college or an industry, as citizens, if we really want to be the Viksit Bharat, we have to have empowered citizens, knowledgeable citizens, and the responsibility belongs to each one of us. It's not just the responsibility of a government or some agency.
Yes, and all these thoughts,
yes,
if you put it together, they're all shaping the India's next generation.
Absolutely.
Okay, and in terms of not just thinkers, not just learners, but responsible global citizens.
Absolutely.
So if you look at that, this was one of a very good for me as a student, as a faculty, right, and also in the industry, but more faculty over the last 20 years. I find there is so much the faculty are getting today.
Absolutely.
Right, which one says, why not get given my time?
Hmm.
But I think it's happening now.
Right.
And this happening will definitely make the next generation of good students, good citizens,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have a lot of hope, and we are confident. I am confident
Right.
that our next generation will be much, responsible, and they will be able to fend their way on their own,
Hmm.
right? Because that's how the engine is all about.
Correct.
And India is going to be on the top.
Wonderful, sir. And in fact, for you, especially when you've transitioned from corporate to academia to see this change, I'm sure I can completely understand why you feel so hopeful. And I think leadership matters. And I think today we spoke to a leader who's truly passionate about what he's doing. Thank you again, sir. Thank you so much. So that's it from this very special episode at Between Us from both Professor Rao and myself. I read somewhere that when education meets emotion and innovation meets intention, we create transformation. So thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to support this storytelling journey of ours. And as I always say, stay safe, stay healthy, stay curious. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Between Us podcast. This podcast was recorded at the AICTE studio, New Delhi. My co-host is Dr. Mohan B. Rao. To stay connected with us, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify.